Peace, love, and light, everybody. It is your girl, Ari. Welcome back to another episode of On the Air with Ari. On the Air with Ari. Lord, we got a little overbite and tongue fat. Things don't come out right. Anyway, this is episode 2. Thank y'all so much for being patient for this episode. Life, as we know. But I just wanted to make sure whatever this episode was going to be about, I was going to start with a bang. So this episode is titled Generalizing the Black Man. And I'm going to let y'all know what I mean by that. This is mainly really to my sisters, because what I realize is social media has the tendency to project negativity on what the brother is. And a lot of us tend to, feed into that. And that's a problem for me, because you can't go around here saying what niggas is and what niggas ain't if you still choosing to deal with the same type of men. So it's somebody who has loved and been loved by melanated men who are quality and who have also dealt with melanated men who are low quality. I can guarantee you that there are a lot more high quality brothers out here. So I need us to change the narrative. But yes, it's been on my mind. It's been on my heart heavy, because I'm so sick and tired of just seeing the overall umbrella of black love not being positively projected in the media. Like, first of all, it's a matrix. If you have not caught up to the fact that social media is the matrix, you need more than Jesus. You need to talk to somebody for some help if you still stuck in that. But yes, it's always just been just women, niggas ain't shit, midgets ain't shit, da 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 da. Look in the mirror, sweetheart. What environments are you presenting yourself in? If you go to low-end areas, if you go to low-end environments, you're going to find low-end type guys. And to be completely honest, based off the type of person I am, I'm not going to no club looking for no king. I'm not finna be a person of the night looking for someone of the day. That's not how things work. But yeah, social media has made it to where anything negative that is spewed out about our brothers is deemed true. And that's a problem for me, because one, I know a lot of brothers out here who walk and talk that talk. I know a lot of brothers out here who are doing what they're supposed to do, taking care of their bodies, taking care of their finances, taking care of their spiritual health, their mental health, their overall health in general, making whatever needs to be done to contribute to their godliness, if that makes sense. A lot of men out here who are walking in the light of kings, who are controlling what they consume, whether it's what they watch, what they eat, what they listen to make sure that their overall crown is a crown. You know what I'm saying? Like, a crown, just because you're wearing a crown does not necessarily mean you're a king. You can have, I'm just saying, your crown could be made out of different things depending on what you into. But it's a lot of black men out here who are making sure that the crown that they wear is a crown of integrity, a crown of morals, a crown of being truly a king. And it just pisses me off when I see a lot of black women just, and I ain't gonna say it Atlanta, because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been around too much of the women in Atlanta to be even tapped into that Atlanta Hollywood culture that I see. And I ain't gonna speak too much on it because I'm from North Carolina. We move different. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna speak for myself. I move different. But what I am seeing is a lot of us are still being okay with just having low frequency, low vibrations. We feel like that's, how can I say it? We feel like it's like the cloud of it is just, we feed into the cloud of it. We feed into the cloud of calling our men less than, or saying that our black brothers ain't shit and things like that, and wonder why we can't find a quality man. Like, y'all be on these podcasts talking about how niggas ain't shit, but then when the camera goes off, you wonder why you lonely. First of all, focus on yourself, sis. Secondly, you got to pay attention to how you moving in society, because what you do is what you attract. And I'm speaking that from personal experience. When I was moving on low frequency, I had some low frequency niggas. But when I decided to tap into who I really was and get back right to who I know I am, I started to attract gentlemen who were of high frequency, who was on that king-like time, who wasn't trying to just, oh, I'm going to hit it and quit it. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, have some one night stands, do what you want to do, but Don't complain about the type of gentlemen men who are out here if you ain't aligned with that. Like if you put yourself in those type of environments, you gonna get that type of guy. But do not generalize all our brothers. Do not say all black men are this. Do not say all black men are that, because, sweetheart, there's a lot of brothers out here who have not been recognized for the things that they're doing. Like, no, we ain't gonna sit here and pat you on the back for being a father. We're not gonna pat you on the back for doing what you're supposed to do. But you can at least recognize the brothers who are out here being real men. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like I said, this is really for my sisters, because it pisses me off, like, seeing how black love is just so bashed in the media. Like, we don't love each other. It's so much black love. It's just, if you choose to be of the night or of anything that is lower frequency, sweetheart, you got to hold yourself accountable for that. You can't be out here saying what brothers is and what brothers ain't if you are also ain't shit. If you, like, it don't work like that. And yes, I wrote down some notes because I can get the babbling, and honey, like these podcast gurus, these male and female podcast gurus are getting on my everlasting nerves, because what is happening is y'all are spewing stuff based off of your trash ass experience. You're spewing stuff based off of your experience, and people are feeding into that and applying it in their real life. Are you accountable for that, podcast guru? No, you're not, because people are accountable for what they choose to apply to their life. You are responsible. You are controlled by what you believe, period. But my thing is, you know that if you know you have a platform and you know that that platform is popular, why spew these things? You will be surprised on how many people have these type of platforms and they are literally using the platform to just degrade the black woman and the black man and the concept of black love, and then behind the scenes be living a whole different life. And then the people in the comments be mad gullible. But then a lot of us be thinking that that's just the general, y'all try to generalize that, these people mindsets, like, oh, this must be happening all over the United States, all over the world. It's not, because people like myself are actually living in real life and actually in love with people, with real men, or with a real man who has a crown, who is a great black man, who walks that walk and talk that talk, period. But sisters, let's not get tied into this fake Hollywood stuff where you seeing what other people are doing and how these people thinking because they got thousands and thousands of followers on their platform, and you just like, oh, well, if this podcast said, that must be true. Think for y'all self, first of all. That's the problem with a lot of y'all, and it's probably why a lot of y'all ain't got no man right now. And not saying that having a man is the goal. Let's be real. A lot of it's connection. I would lie if I said, hey, I ain't want somebody to love on me for me. And y'all, you know, you can't expect, you can't follow that. You have to literally look in the mirror and be like, okay, why am I still running into the type of gentleman that I'm running in? Let me rephrase. Why am I still running into the type of men that I'm running into? Because they're obviously not gentlemen. Why am I running into the men that I'm into? Why am I continuously being treated the way I'm being treated? What is this? What is the pattern? How am I meeting these men? What am I looking like when I introduce myself to these men? What are the conversations that's leading up to it? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it just pisses me off so much. Like, I hear sisters, niggas ain't shit. Well, sweetheart, why aren't they? Who have you been dealing with? How quick do you pop that thing for them? Because quite frankly, I'm not going to value you that much either if you just giving your up so quickly. Not saying like be an adult, yeah, have fun, but at the same time, it's like you gotta have some accountability, my sister. You gotta have some accountability. Like y'all cannot keep putting all the stuff on the brothers. Like, and yes, they are. In my opinion, I feel like women are natural leaders, but logically, men, our brothers, are supposed to be natural leaders if they are equipped to be a natural leader. Period. But you can't just be out here saying that all men are the same. They're not. All our brothers are not the same at all. And you gotta also stop projecting your hurt, sweetheart. How you expect to find somebody or have somebody find, or to attract someone to love you the way that you feel you deserve to be loved if you keep projecting the hurt from the last dude? You gotta let that go. Heal through it. Because the next gentleman that may have the potential to treat you like a queen, or actually have the potential to be a king himself, he not gonna deal with it, and he don't deserve it. Quite frankly, it just pisses me off. It really does piss me off. Black love definitely exists. Black kings are more prominent now than they have been before, because we are in a time where we understand that not just breaking generational curses, but breaking habits of just black lineage is important. Like, we have so many brothers right now tapped into their higher selves that is crazy, but they not finna just get no basic thinking chick. Because when you got brothers that's tapped into their higher selves, they need somebody that is going to help contribute to tapping even more into their higher selves. They're not going to have the energy or the mental capacity to want to deal with the world every day. So they need somebody there with them to help them through that, and vice versa. Yes, a therapist, sure, we understand that. Yes, have a therapist, but we're talking about a confidant. We're talking about a partner. If I'm a man and I have changed the way that I have speak, walk, change my diet, change my habits, the time I even wake up in the morning, the books I read, the music I listen to, the things that I've watched, the way I spend my money, the way I conduct myself as a whole, what makes you think I'm going to invest my time into somebody whose frequency isn't even 70% of what I'm carrying? What makes y'all think that? But when brothers like that who make 300K or something like that a year, or got a good 401K and can possibly even have the potential to make you a housewife, y'all mad because he don't want to. You think you just gonna give him some yun, he just gonna make you his wife? That's not how things work. And then you gotta also be careful on what you say. If you keep saying niggas ain't shit, you gonna keep getting ain't shit niggas. Look at yourself. What are you attracting, sweetheart? That's how energy works. Like, it's so many brothers out here who are quality. It's so many quality brothers out here. I'm trying to tell y'all. But this is my thing, sisters. You can't keep generalizing them. That, in my opinion, you ain't generalizing my man. Because my man is good. Great. Magnificent. To the point where he only shown on my close friends. Like, I'm keeping him away from the world because of how much I cherish him. And because I know how the world works. But he's a special one. Like, I can follow him. I feel like he is a leader. He is a leader. I don't even feel it. I've seen it. Just being with him in the time that I've been with him, he has helped transition me. But he didn't just get with me because I look good, because my ass was fat, or anything like that. He got with me because the things that I said, with the things that I do, the way that I carry myself overall, the ambition that I have, the goals that I have. We are literally equally yoked. We are the equippedness, or whatever the term may be, of who we are and how we cultivated our relationship, our friendship. It just flows so naturally because the stuff that he on, I want to be on even more. He work out all the time, boy, strong as he can be. I want that. I want to be healthy. And because I know how to cook and I know how to deal with the health things, I can help benefit that. We are able to benefit each other because we both have an understanding of where we want to be in life, where we want to go in life, the things that we want to obtain in life as individuals and together. We pray together. Pray together. Literally. We speak the things that we want. We speak into each other. Like yesterday, he was telling me, he said, baby, I don't hold you down, I hold you up. It's all about in the words. It's all in what we say. He said, the same way, you told me not to say good morning because of the word morning in itself is not, it's not an uplifting word. And you say great day is the same way, instead of saying holding me down or I hold you down, say I hold you up. Because that's exactly what he does. But somebody who's able to correct you in those things and you're able to take correction for them because it's in a positive light, that I literally manifested this individual because of how I am, and vice versa. Like in 2023, when I was dealing with some niggas, did I generalize and say all niggas ain't shit? No. What did I say? I said, Ariana, you need to change your ways. You need to stop doing this, that, and the third so you can stop attracting this, do. I looked inward. I looked in the mirror. Like, why am I still attracting these type of individuals? Because I'm literally allowing these type of people to be in my life. That's the problem with us sisters. Y'all don't want to be a... Let me speak for myself. At that point of time, I decided to hold myself accountable. But that's the problem. We as women, as melanated sisters, do not want to hold ourselves accountable. We don't. And that's the problem. And you wonder why you ain't never gonna find somebody who values you, because you don't value yourself. If you know you in a certain area and majority of the time those men in that certain area ain't good men, then stop dating men in that area. Period. Like, what do you honestly expect? And be mad at the world. Be mad at your damn self. Please. Be pissed off at you enough to want to change, because you have to change in order to attract what you deserve and what you want. But if you are in a low frequency, you literally still going to attract what you deserve. Low frequency ass men. Period. I'm just... Only reason I'm so comfortable saying these things because I called myself out on these things. I held myself accountable on these type of things. I've never been the type where I was like, niggas ain't shit. No, because I had, even though I grew up with terrible examples of men in my life. Terrible examples of men in my life. I grew up like that, but knew better to just generalize. There's too many people on this earth to say that one group of people is like this. And then especially to say that about our black men, knowing the things that they go through just by being melanated individuals and being a man. I'm not going to speak down on them. I'm not going to speak that energy. My mother, I didn't know my father till I was 20 years old. My mother never spoke ill of my father. Never. To the point when I did meet him, I ain't had no beef with bruh. You won't dare, so be it. But I'm not going to speak ill of you. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know your come up. So yes, I'm going to give you grace and mercy, but I know what the type of man I'm going to have, the type of man I want to attract and that I'm going to attract because of the example of you not being there and the example of the other men that were there trying to fill that void or that place that were trash, completely trash, dumpster trash, burn them, cremate those, I mean, trash men. But like, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Now I'm going on a rant because one thing I do, I love my brothers. I love my black men. I love my black men, black men. If you can hear me, I love you. I love every atom of your being. If don't no sister tell you that they love you, well, baby, this one right here love you. Now, I ain't giving you, just know I love you like God love you, you know, that type of love. But I love you. And I feel like we don't tell our brothers that we love them enough. We don't treat them like we love them enough. Even when a brother walking past me sometime, I can smile at you. I ain't trying to holler at you, but at least I'm not going to mug at you. I'm going to smile. I do that with my sisters too. I think it's this thing to where society, because society was constructed off of our backs and against us, to where we took that concept psychologically in our subconscious, and now we start to hate ourselves the same way that those colonizers or whomever hate us. Like they taught us to hate, and we just started circulating the hate amongst each other. I really feel like that's the thing, because the older I get, the more I'm realizing that about black people, which is why a lot of times it's hard for me to be around us in certain environments, because it's not always love. But then I had to shift my perspective and be like, okay, when you are in low frequency environments, you're going to get low frequency energy no matter what ethnic group you're with. But let me channel that love, high frequency energy and see what I get. And I have been having beautiful experiences with my black folk. Like, I have. And I love us. I truly do. But this is really a message to my sister. What did I say? Social media definitely wants you to believe something different. If y'all are still tied up into this Zeus universe, if you get your advice from Zeus, Love and Hip Hop, or any type of reality TV show, you are lost and you are trash. But trash can be recycled and turned into something beautiful. So I would advise that you get yourself out of that. Because y'all think it's cute now till your ass old and lonely. And that BBL ain't twerking how it used to be, baby. Y'all can keep tapping into this toxic culture. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not bashing nobody BBL, but baby, sweetheart, you got it. So live with how people think about it. That's on you. You did it for a certain reason, whatever your reason is, blah, blah, blah. I'm not judging you or anything, but if that's the type of culture you choose to be a part of, then you're going to have to come with what come with it. The honesty and truth that come with it. Period. Y'all think fighting and doing all this other ratchet shit is cute? Okay. Until you catch a case. And ain't nobody going to care about you when you're in jail. Or until you get to a point, you just so washed up that don't nobody want you because your reputation is tarnished because you were trying to chase this reality, this fake reality, this virtual reality. Y'all love this clout stuff, man, and it pisses me off. Like, my sisters, if y'all want better out of life, be better. Look in the mirror and be better for yourself. And I'm not saying this is somebody who's perfect. Absolutely not. I wouldn't want to be perfect because there would be no room for growth. I love the process. But what I'm telling y'all is that if y'all expect to be treated better, if y'all expect to attract a better energy or attract better men, be better. Period. Be better. Hold yourself accountable. It don't matter how many kids you got. Change. I had posted that on Facebook not too long ago. I was like, we have the audacity and the room to change. I don't care what none of these podcasts say. I don't care what anyone says. My sister, if you have been, even if you're toxic, you have the right to change. But don't complain about how others ain't if you ain't yourself. Don't complain about what others don't do for you if you ain't doing for yourself. You have the right to change. You can have as many. I've seen couples, a man have 3-4 kids, woman have 5 kids, and because they both chose to elevate themselves, they found one another and was able to make something beautiful out of it. And I'm sure they was collecting them checks because tax returns on 8 kids. That's a nice house. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Let me see. What did I put? Good men exist. Great men exist. Exceptional kings exist. Period. What makes some women mad is that they aren't going to settle for you in your toxic, wicked ways. Now, this is a note for my brothers. I feel like a lot of women are generalizing because some of our brothers are not seeing their value as well. But that'll be another episode. Oh yeah, many women still carry the energy of the man from their previous relationship. Projection. That's something that I had to learn. You can't take one nigga from one relationship and think you're gonna get whatever you expected from the last one out of it. Let it go. Whatever that pain is, recognize it and let it go. Don't be stubborn. Recognize it and let it go. Don't try to hold the next gentleman to the standard of whoever the person was before. Let that person be a clean slate for you. Period. Let that person be a clean slate. The man that I have now is a clean slate, and my God, it is refreshing. And that's no hate or anything negative for the person that I was with before. But I hope whomever he's with now can be a clean slate for him. Period. Or whomever he may choose to be with be a clean slate for him. Because we all need one. We don't know. We just don't know. We don't know what's going to happen when we choose to allow someone to love us, when we choose to be open and vulnerable to the person. But just know, taking a chance is important. And I took a chance and I don't regret it. But that chance came about me being willing to do the work on myself. And not just expecting him to change me. I had to look in the mirror like, okay, sis, if this is the type of person you really want to be with, you need to be the type of person you want to be with. Period. And that's the only way things are going to change. Men are leaders, and whether they are good leaders or not, women are naturally going to follow. Lord have mercy. So that right there brings me to my next point. A lot of us have experienced so many toxic relationships because naturally we're going to follow what that man does. We're going to follow the way he communicates. We're going to follow the way that he treats us and all of those other elements. And what we fail to realize is that regardless of how good or bad that man is, we're still going to follow. Which is why a lot of women, when they finally do leave that individual, take on a lot of those negative and toxic qualities from the man that they were following. For example, you with somebody who ain't, let me use actual terms and not you with someone who is not a great communicator. They tend to project their issues. They could be narcissistic. They could, what is it called when someone is just passive aggressive, just all of those things, right? Eventually you're going to, if you just choose to be with that individual, you're going to adapt to that communication tactic or the way he communicates. And you're going to choose to communicate that way. Rather y'all yelling every second, y'all argue and then make up sex, and then you have 3 kids from it, just however it happens. But eventually when you choose yourself and you get out that situation, you're going to have to unlearn those energies or those tactics of communication. You're going to have to unlearn the way that you spoke to him. You're going to how y'all spoke, because say if you do heal yourself, right, and you decide to get in another relationship, it might be certain things that individual trigger unintentionally that make you want to spaz because it made you think about your last relationship. But that's when you have to think about how you respond, or even tell that person, hey baby, this triggered me a little bit. Oh wow, this triggered me a little bit, so I'm sorry if I responded like that, but it just reminded me of this, that, and the third. Be open. Communicate about your past pains and things like that, so that individual will know, okay, I'm going to have to ease into this a certain way until they're able to get used to how we, communicate. But that makes sense why a lot of women go from unhealthy relationships to healthy relationships, and the communication is off because you're used to how that man communicated and you had to adjust to it. Like that fight, it's like a fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? You always, like I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to change that. Therefore, when a man leads a woman into a ditch of pain, misery, lack of trust, and just toxic emotions, they are going to carry that. Sisters, we got to let go of that carry. What, Erica, about it? That song, Bag Lady, is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Bag Lady, you got all this baggage, regardless if the baggage is from the world or how someone treated you or how your man treated you or from your past relationship. You got to let that baggage go. Because that ain't going to do nothing but anchor and weigh you down. Next thing you know, you drowning in your emotions. You drowning in all of these, just nothing in life going good. Just a pool of bullshit. You just drowning because you fail to realize the only thing that's keeping you from floating is you letting those bags go. And yes, letting those bags go take work. Because sometimes they tied onto you. And pain just feels so good because it's familiar. Toxic energy feels good because it's familiar. But you got to be okay with being uncomfortable, because that uncomfortable place eventually going to be comfortable. If you're still somewhere where you're comfortable, you're not going to grow. You have to be uncomfortable. And I'm learning that with varied aspects in my life. You have to be okay with being uncomfortable, babe. Or you're not going to find what you're searching for. And don't even search for it. Of course, your heart is going to long for it. That's the search. But your mind and your actions need to be aligned with searching for yourself, or attracting the things that you love and you want to be in life. And then that'll come along. For example, if you know your last relationship was unhealthy and you want to change your diet and get in the gym, the blase, you might find your man in the gym. You see him and y'all working out together. Next thing you know, he asks you on a date, and your body, by the time that happened, you boom, 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 looking good, feeling good. He paying for everything. That's, you done found your man, you're married, your family like, oh, where he came from? We ain't heard him, because I ain't want y'all to hear about him. I wanted to keep this private between me, him, and God, because I needed to see the true value of us and in myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I be babbling sometimes, but my babbling comes with a message. I just want my sisters to understand that we cannot keep up this habit of saying and doing things and expecting different results. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna have the perfect man. Nobody's perfect because you ain't perfect. Like you're not. What did I say? Not saying you will have to, or have a perfect. Let's say. Oh, not saying you have to be perfect for a real man. No. However, you have to be worth it and display that you are of a higher frequency. And this is not to give dating advice. It's self-advice, really. Like, we got to stop acting like we don't want to be loved. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with wanting to attract somebody? We want to attract someone, period. To love, regardless of your sexual orientation or whatever that extra mess be. None of that really matter. But we got to stop acting like we don't want to be loved in this world. Y'all be following the Blue Faces and Krishan Rocks and just all these celebrities that's out here doing all this toxic stuff and wondering why it don't fit in your life. You getting a tattoo of a nigga on your face ain't gonna do nothing for you but get you denied at a job, baby. You still work a 9 to 5. I need you to think with a 9 to 5. All I can say is love is important. Love is truly important. Loving yourself is more important. But you're not going to find or be able to see the value in our brothers if you don't see the value in yourself. You got to change the environment of who you are. Of who you are. When I say change the environment, I mean change what you exude. Have higher expectations for yourself. But you can't say all our brothers is the problem, sis, when you ain't worth a damn. You want a king, you got to be a queen. This goes for my brothers too, the same way. Y'all gotta, and I'm gonna put this, just a little side note for my brothers. Y'all more hoes than women are. We get it from y'all. Because we realize that's what a lot of y'all like. You gotta stop slinging that sword everywhere, sweetheart, because it's gonna get dull eventually. And I know some dull sword by name, by number. You got to start valuing yourself. The same way y'all be telling women to be celibate out here, y'all need to be that too. Value yourself. Stop giving just thinking because you putting something in, you're not receiving and you're giving. You're still receiving, sweetheart. Best believe it. Value yourself, king. For real. It don't make no sense out here, man. You would think it's not rocket science to just, if you looking for somebody to love, for my brothers and sisters, if you looking for somebody to love, and that's okay for you to look for someone to love. We all want to be loved, but you got to look within yourself first. Like, who I want, who do I want to be with? What is the type of love I want? I need to exude that love for myself first. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. Is the process of healing simple? No. Ain't nothing in life just easy, but just understanding that philosophy can be simple. Understand, having that mindset of, well, I want to be loved. I know that in order to be loved the way I want to be loved, I need to love myself. I need to change my habits and things like that. I can't keep saying niggas ain't shit and women ain't shit. And excuse my French, but I'm just being real with y'all. If you ain't grown, you can't handle it, click the video off. I'm not here to appease to anybody. But I feel like it's really it's important for us as brothers and sisters to understand, or as black women and black men to understand, the world is already against us. So why we got to be against each other? Why do we have to be against each other? Why do we feel that is, like, get out of that? I don't care how much Sexy Red you listen to. I don't care how much gangster hood ass music you listen to. Change. We wouldn't even think the way that we think and put the music out the way we put the music out if it wasn't for the Caucasoids and them. Hoods wouldn't exist if it wasn't for them. We had to be forced in those areas because that's what they wanted to obtain all the other land. That's a whole nother conversation. But my point is, outside of the rooted issues, we gotta understand, like, we gotta shift. We gotta shift, y'all. We have to shift. We have to shift the way that we treat each other, how we think of one another, you know, and just cherish each other like kings and queens, no matter where we are in life. Cherish yourself first, but we gotta love each other more, y'all. Like, at the end of the day, oh, I forgot my spritz. At the end of the day, brothers, love yourself and love our sisters. Sisters, love yourself and love our brothers. We all we got. But sisters, and I'm going to say this, and we're going to conclude. Stop. Stop. Let that hurt go. Stop saying all our brothers are the same, because your expectations have been lowered due to all the pain and turmoil that you have experienced. Stop. And expect more from yourself. Expect more from our brothers. Don't just settle for all niggas ain't shit, because eventually you're going to be sad and just lonely. All of them can't be like that. I guarantee you not all of them are like that. But you are going to attract who you are. So if you keep running to the same type of men, maybe you keep being the same type of woman. So stop being the same type of woman. And maybe have a more respectable mindset or concept of who our brothers are. Put yourself in that space. Create yourself to only be in those types of spaces. Whatever that space may be, the gym, the church, entrepreneurship events. But don't think you finna go to a club with niggas smoking hookah, twerking more than you, drinking liquor, doing all these things that are of the night, and think that type of person is gonna help you elevate. Am I bashing them? No, we gonna have fun. But if you go in there every weekend thinking that you finna live, that it's every season is hot girl summer, and you think you finna find you a boo to cuddle with and take care of you in the winter, it ain't happening. You're gonna find somebody who's gonna be on your couch still drinking, getting fat, eating up all your son's snacks, and then your son gonna look at him like, that's what a man do, so I'm gonna do it too. And it's just gonna be a terrible cycle repeating itself. So if you want things to stop, you gotta start with you. But don't say all our brothers ain't shit. Do not generalize all of our brothers. Don't do it. Because I am in love with a king. And I say that proudly. We all got a past. But he decided to change, and I decided to change who I was too. And I mean, who I was into who I am now, who I am going to be. Because once you understand that ain't anything in these streets ain't worth it, you going to get on the sidewalk and eventually get in the front yard and build a house. And you're going to sit on the front porch because you realize the streets ain't for you. So you're going to want to find something or find somewhere that is comforting. But that starts with you, sister. Period. I speak on my brothers on a later note. I'm going to let this episode breathe for a few more episodes. But I want my sisters to understand, we really run this. We do. If a brother seeing you carrying yourself a certain way, and he like, she'll fit into my life. Girl, the things a man will do for you, when he see that you value yourself and that you have ambition and that you have drive and that you refuse to quit and give up and that you want more for your life. And if you have kids, want more for your children's life. And if you don't have kids yet, you still want more for your children's life. They will do anything for you. Because they know they're going to be taken care of. Psychologically, especially. And when you love somebody, you're going to do whatever you want and you can for them. Without the fear of being taken advantage of, because that's the frequency you're on. Become what you want to attract. Period. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching another episode of On the Air with Ari. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram On the Air with Ari is spelled up here. Twitter, Ari M_ATAWA. I love y'all. Please drop in the comment section any more topics y'all would like to hear me speak about. DM me, comment under my post on my page, whatever it is, because I got some hot topics, but whatever y'all want to talk about, I will definitely prioritize them if they're good topics. Do not come up on here telling you want to talk about cheeseburgers. That's not, no. Give me some good stuff to talk about. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Peace, love, and light. Don't fight. I am out.